here. We go to audiences. Scrolled right past it, right here. And then you would go to, which account is it?
Master right there. Master.
Perfect. Then you would go ahead and create a custom audience. Customer list. Do you have that list?
Do I have it? Yeah. I have to find it somewhere right now, but.
Yeah, then you just go through this process here and then you just go ahead and upload it. You accept the terms and then you just upload that list in here as a CSV file.
Well, that's what I was doing. So that's what I did, but for some odd reason, and I was doing like the email, the IP, the zip and all that stuff. But for some odd reason, I just don't think I had enough information that Facebook said that it would create a good audience or anything.
We can go through that process just to see if you'd like.
Yeah, let me see here. Can you go to Aweber for me? Aweber real quick. Go ahead. So while I'm doing this and downloading it, yeah, and then manage list up here. And then this one here. Be able to download somewhere.
It maybe under the subscribers drop down.
Subscribers. Manage. Sure. Go ahead. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. You just go to click all.
I would hit, yeah, there you go. Select all. Yeah, wait, before you export, you're going to need to select all. Like
There
right
we
here.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And then go ahead and export all. Cool. All right, cool. Yeah. And then also in the meantime, what I was trying to figure out really mainly is I know it takes, and actually looking at some of your content, I know it normally takes the Facebook ad itself at least 7 days fully to optimize correctly to figure out, okay, who it's going to be in the audience. Otherwise, every time you create a new ad, it restarts at 7 days, correct?
If you get 50 conversions, yes. If you get 50 conversions within the 7 days, then it's out of learning. And then what I do here for the audience name, I just do all subscribers.
Okay.
And then go ahead and put in the number. So I believe it was like 1557. I don't know if that, I just made that up or if that was actually it.
I think you're right.
Or it might be 1700 or something. 1734.
Yep.
So I would just title it that exact number. So that way, whenever you upload your future list, if it's at 3,000, you know that it's all subscribers of 3,000.
Right.
Then you just hit next. Then the action needed, you just go through this and you choose. So in this case, it says name, so I don't believe you have that there. We'll go ahead and do. Yeah, so since you just have email, we'll just go with that.
cool.
and then it'll populate. And then all you got to do is just hit create lookalike audience. Then you just click all subscribers. And then
United States.
if this is for US, yep, you just do United States and then 1% just to keep it as accurate as possible, and then create.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Cool. And so then when I create another ad, I can use that lookalike audience.
Correct.
Okay. And every time I'm getting more leads, I just go ahead and upload those new leads. And
Exactly.
okay. Okay. Gotcha. Wow. That was simple. I appreciate that. Okay. Cool. And what that basically does is, instead of Facebook learning, it's already basically kind of getting a jump start on who my audience is. Correct.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're essentially, allowing the algorithm to get all the data to then make faster decisions than you would of just choosing a regular old interest.
Okay, so like with the ad that I'm running right now, because what I realize right now is I know like normally my cost per lead is like normally $3 to $5. I know we were talking about this as well. And the cost per call is $100. And my goal right now is I'd like to see if I can somehow, and I don't know if this is what I'd like to do is I'd like to have more calls come in with the same amount of money I'm spending. Does that make sense? And I know
Yes.
I know it has to do with a little bit of ads, but also I know the funnel, like not pre-qualifying people as much either. So I'd just like to get your kind of professional opinion on how to do that and how to leverage both tools, all the tools to be able to do that. So what are some of your strategies to do that?
Yeah, so it's going to come down to optimizing. So when you're on the audience, on the ad level, do you have an account that we could go through and look at?
Yeah, go ahead and go to the master one, as manager. Yeah. So those two right there, I just started the other day.
Are you tracking the
The leads.
scheduled calls? Are the leads scheduled calls?
No, the leads are just email leads, and then the scheduled calls are another one as well.
Okay, where's
I'm
that
tracking.
conversion metric? Are you tracking that one?
I should, if you go into events manager and custom conversions, it should be scheduled.
Okay, got it. But you just launched this, so there's not. Have you gotten any scheduled calls from this recently?
Not from this. I got it from YouTube, but not from the ad yet.
Got it. Yeah. So I mean, like, first, what you need to do is launch more audiences as well as ads to test.
Well, okay, so let me kind of explain a little bit further. So we've done a lot of testing, and I work with Billy G Marketing, and they created this ad for me that I know works, and it's been really giving me some really quality leads. But I was just trying to figure out, and so maybe that's what you're saying, really, is saying, okay, because they gave me Rob Dietrich and Gary Vaynerchuk as my audience, and with Facebook admin, entrepreneurship, and zip codes, that was my audience. So basically, what you're saying is taking the same ad, but then switching the audience to see if it would increase or decrease. Just testing, correct?
Yeah, that could. Yeah, that's fine. That works.
Well, what are you saying? Just
No, I mean, if the ad already is converting, then yeah, you would just put in multiple audiences.
okay, gotcha. And then what, do 20, 40, 50 bucks or something like that, or just leverage the
Well,
custom
depending on what your
audience
budget
already?
is, I mean, you could do 10 daily, or I mean, if you have a substantially higher budget, then I mean, you could do 50 daily if you wanted, but I'd recommend sticking to 10 just to be, just to confirm if it's working or not.
Okay, okay, cool. And then so like, if I create another audience with the same ad, would I use custom audience that we just created, or no, it would just be something totally different?
Yeah, you could do the lookalike one that we just did, and then build out more, like going after other interest audiences as well.
Okay, gotcha. So that would be the strategy to decrease your cost per call.
Correct.
Okay,
And then
okay.
you just turn off the ones that aren't, and then you keep the ones that do.
And so I know you were talking about. I know I was looking at your content. Normally, you can spend about $100, and then at that time you can figure out, okay, is this working? Is it not working? Correct? Because obviously you don't want to spend more than a ridiculous amount. Because obviously you're able to figure out, okay, is this working? Is this
Yeah, depending on your scheduled call cost. So if it costs you $60 per call, then I wouldn't spend anything over that to identify an audience that would get a cost per scheduled call of that much.
okay? Gotcha. So then you recommend running several at the same time, and the pixel will not get confused if I run several ads on the same
No, I won't. Just use the same pixel.
time. Okay, gotcha. I just want to clarify that. Okay, cool. All right. Well, then also let me see here. Okay, so then when you're talking about scaling an ad, because obviously we know this ad works. We just obviously we had a snag foo a little bit with the Facebook. So when you're scaling an ad, what you do is you're doing exactly what we just did. Is we take the leads, import it into Facebook. We do a 1% lookalike, or maybe even a 2% lookalike, and then just keep going from there. And then on Facebook Pixel will just keep optimizing.
Yeah, and because then you can just keep increasing spend on something that's working.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. And then also, so I'll do that disable thing. And then also, I know you were talking a little bit about the video sales letter. I liked so like this is one of the things that I just want to get your professional opinion on it. Because I have people coming in, they're excited, they're professional, 75% show up, they're excited for my phone call, right? That's fantastic. They're in a great mindset. But this is the objection I'm getting a lot, and I always want to handle objections on the front end. So one of the biggest things that I'm realizing is maybe my video sales letter doesn't explain fully enough. So there's a 6% of the people that watch my video actually opt in. So that's very low in industry. The industry, I know normally you want to hit around 15 to 20%. What specific things, I know yours was more of just a training. It was, I forget what it was, but I think it was like 5 or 10 minutes long. It wasn't too crazy long, but it was just a training. You find that to be the best way of just kind of optimizing that video and then having testimonials at the bottom. What do you recommend? Right now, it's pretty, you can take a look.
Yeah, I mean, like we hit a high conversion rate because of our emails.
Okay.
We send out a lot, and we also have a lot of we give out a lot of free content, which drives a lot of credibility as well as just trust. So people move forward. But directly from our video to the call without any emails, it would be like a 15, but with email, it's anywhere between 20 to 40%.
20 to 40%. How much is your cost per lead?
It varies. Like we pay like $1 for some leads, and then we'll pay $40 for others. It just depends on which funnel we're sending them to. We run about 3 different funnels.
Oh, okay.
They all
Gotcha.
have the same outcome though.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Okay. I'm just intrigued because I know like this is one of the things that I was realized with my other ad that I was running. It was attracting the wrong people. They were not ambitious. They didn't have the money, and they weren't qualified. And so then I switched my ad, which then filtered people on the front end. And then obviously when people came into my funnel, they already had that. And plus it was a lot to do with the right audience as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we're doing 3 different funnels. Like we have one funnel that's just producing a ton of like $1 leads, but they're not like so qualified, but those people will end up turning into quality as like their business grows. So the goal is to just continue educating them on business to eventually, like, whether it's like 6 months from now to a year where they're eventually able to move forward. That's one strategy. So essentially just planting those seeds very, very, very early on.
Yeah.
The mid funnel is what like converts like directly right away. And that's getting people who are like literally ready to move forward. And we pay about $8 to $9 on those leads. So that makes sense. And then like for the actual larger spend that we do on a different funnel, it's about $40 per lead, but all of those people are for larger parts of the business, like working directly with our agency and stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Nice.
three different ways we're bringing them in, but we like all of them because they all serve a very specific purpose. But
Well,
believe it
I
or
really
not, I mean, all the scheduled calls just about come out to the exact same price in the end.
definitely, definitely. Okay. And see, that's what I have is the email campaign on the back end. I have, I think, 7 days or 10 days worth of emails to get the back on. I realize that does help, but I was just curious if I could optimize the video sales lever itself.
Yeah, I
Get
mean, you
better.
could. I mean, I would keep optimizing until it's converting at least to 15, just without any emails alone.
Okay. Because that's what you normally want. So what have you
Yeah, because then
found?
when you amplify it with email, then it's going to be like higher, like a 20 plus.
Definitely. So what have you found though? Because I mean, mine is pretty like just basic, very informative, 4 or 5 minutes long. But it's really hitting people, when they get on the phone, they're like, okay, spoke to them. But then they misunderstand kind of the whole picture of what we do, and I have to explain it over the phone.
Yeah, so I mean,
They,
like you might need a longer one. So this one's 5 minutes. I'd try to like go up to at least 15
oh, even 15 minutes. Okay. Okay.
because ours is considered short and ours is like 20 minutes.
That's right. Yours is 20 minutes. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's
But it
short.
was a lot of it.
I mean, there's some people
Yeah.
running like 2 hour ones and like, oh my gosh, no way.
Well, that's what I realized is that people, but also I understand like the ones that obviously are ambitious are the ones that obviously schedule a call. And then if you can already get them in that pre-framed mindset, and that's the whole goal of the video sales letter is just to get them on a call, to pre-frame them already so that they know. And so just like myself, I was pre-framed, already knew what you had to do, and then we just had that conversation, correct?
Yeah, so I mean, I would just look at extending this to some point, like the 15.
Okay.
That'll
Yeah, I
help with the other side
appreciate
of it because the
your
people who
letting
already
me
want to
know.
move forward will, but the others that need a little bit more, that's what that for. That's what that's for.
Yeah. And see, that's what I realized when this was actually optimal and very good. Again, I was like paying $100 per call, but I realized if I could just increase that percentage of the video sales letter, that could really decrease the call as well. I mean, I could drastically double it from 6% to 12%. That's $100 call.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
You might have cut out there for a minute.
You're paying almost like 40 to $50 per call. That's it. Right.
Yeah, that's about it.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think I need to figure out this. I think the things that we just talked about, optimizing it this way, will help. Any other ways that you could help me to bring in more calls, less expensive?
Yeah, we'll implement those things and then like just keep refining after that. So after those are implemented, then there's more things that we could potentially implement. Like for instance, you could test going from, are you using Calendly?
I click funnels.
So like what you could do is you could use a Calendly on here for your scheduled call.
Oh,
I'm sorry?
you scroll down a little bit, you see schedule once there.
Yeah, so if you switch to Calendly and then like remove everything on this page where it's only the Calendly schedule call, that will improve your conversions, I know for a fact. Like having a blank slate, only the calendar. That's like been proven to work.
Oh, really?
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Like that's a
Dude,
guaranteed lift.
oh, dang. Okay. Okay. So calendar, calendar page. Get rid of all that other garbage. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Perfect.
Make sure I'm looking at my notes. So this is what I was doing. Okay. So with this other, if you come back over here, the ad, I like your approach an open audience because I've had an open audience with YouTube over here, and it's just very intriguing. My audience was slightly different, and it's telling me actually my audience is someone that I didn't think it would be. So the open audience, you normally want it around like, see the first one right there, uh, that's the open audience. You know, from
Yeah. Sorry, you're cutting out again.
about the strategy. Sorry, a little bit more strategy. Can you hear me?
It's cutting out pretty. Hello?
Well, yeah, strategy more about the audience. Obviously, first that what.
Yeah, no look on the audio here.
Okay, give me 1 second. We're going to use the chat bot. Okay.
That sounds like it's working again all of a sudden.
Okay, now you can hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, like I was saying, just tell me a little bit more on the strategy behind leveraging the open audience concept and how to obviously figure out what to look for and how to leverage that data correctly.
Yeah, so that thing will work itself out. Initially, it doesn't work too well. It takes like a few weeks.
Yeah.
But after that, usually the algorithm will have already shifted towards figuring out who it wants to go after. And that audience actually ends up becoming like one of the top performing ones. But sometimes it doesn't, but in most cases it does.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of seeing how many leads come through there. And if it starts to convert, it converts. If it doesn't, then just turn it off.
Okay, and then you can do a 1% lookalike audience of that because then that just be more optimal and you can go from there.
Yeah. You can do
Okay.
lookalikes on the page views, all kinds of stuff.
Does it tell me, like, I know it tells me my age and the male and stuff like that, but does it tell me the likes and dislikes of that audience? Because that's what I'm very intrigued with. Is like, what are those individuals liking and disliking? Where's my audience at?
Yeah. If you hit the engagement column, it'll tell you.
Oh, okay. Customer. Oh, that's up there at top. Okay, cool. And that's after, like, obviously, I would imagine several weeks.
Right.
Figure out,
Exactly.
okay, engagement.
Exactly. Perfect. Yeah. So, I mean, I would do those things and then, yeah,
Okay, so
see how those
just kind of
results turn out.
just kind of recap. What I'm going to go ahead and do is obviously um, implement the disabled account prevention. You know, the business info, the confirmation on my other account. Do that lookalike. Obviously, build an ad around that so that it's more optimal. I appreciate you doing that for me. Exactly how to do that. I don't think I was doing it correctly. Optimizing the calendar, get rid of that garbage, and then the engagement column after a few days. And then, do you find, and this is what I was kind of testing on Facebook, I have a video of my same Facebook ad, and then I have the copy itself with the picture. Which one do you find is the most optimal? Again, just depends on our audience, or
Yeah, it depends on what the results look like. But I mean, ultimately, I mean, a lot of times, images can be placed in so far more placements than video can. So you just get a lot more placements that way. But I mean, it really just comes down to the results in this case.
okay, gotcha. Well, see, this is what I've realized in running several ads of our own is news feed works the best for us.
Right.
And I know, I know you mentioned just having an open audience and everything. Open audience, it's just news feed, but with everything else, it's open. Um,
I would do all placements
all
no matter
placements
what.
still,
Yeah,
no matter what.
like you'll probably get your quality leads from newsfeed always, but the thing is, those other placements help increase the number of people coming through newsfeed.
Oh, okay.
Just because you're more relevant, you're staying top of mind.
Okay, so switch it back open to having it all placements. Okay,
Correct.
that'll be interesting. Okay, but do that all placements. Figure out what that looks like.
Yeah, algorithm favors that too. Facebook rewards that.
But like you said, picture works better in all placements, correct?
Yeah,
more so than video.
it's universal, right?
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Cool. Well, then, yeah, I'm going to work on that stuff. I appreciate that. I think that's really cool. But yeah, like I mentioned, I mean, my ultimate goal really is to obviously increase. I'm very results oriented. I really want to focus on. Okay, that's my goal. Is to how can I optimize Facebook where I can get more calls with less amount or the same amount of money that I'm spending. So let me ask you this also: do you know anybody that knows how to leverage YouTube production?
YouTube ads?
Yes.
No, not specifically.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew you were in that market or not, or you knew some people, or whatever. That were interested.
No.
Okay, cool, 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 cool. Awesome.
Perfect.
Well, then, can we schedule another time where we can chit chat? And would it be next week when kind of seeing these results kind of transfer a little bit?
Yeah. Have you been to, I think it's loading, it's taking a little bit to load, but uh-oh, I doubles. Have you registered for the calls here?
No, yeah. Well, you know what? I have the access to it. I was just looking at all your content, but I have not registered for the calls yet.